This is an educational video that will be used to explain how ankle monitors are the best choice for offenders. The first question you may ask is, what is an ankle monitor? An ankle monitor is a device used to track the whereabouts of an offender. The ankle monitor is placed around the ankle of the offender and it is equipped with GPS monitoring. The GPS monitoring alerts law enforcement if the offender happens to remove the ankle monitor or step outside of the permitted area. An ankle monitor is usually recommended for offenders that have committed misdemeanor crimes. However, ankle monitors are also used for offenders on house arrest during their probation or parole. Ankle monitors are being used quite often for offenders. For instance, a survey was conducted in December of 2015, and the use of ankle monitors rose nearly 140% over 10 years. This shows how the use of ankle monitors has increased throughout the years. Now, you may wonder how much these ankle monitors cost if they are being used so often. Well, ankle monitors are actually known to be cost-effective in the criminal justice system and for offenders. For instance, the average amount for an offender to be in prison is around $21,000 a year, whereas an ankle monitor costs around $6,000 a year. However, offenders are expected to pay a certain price for the ankle monitor, which is around $5 to $15 per day, along with an initial setup fee of $200. But there are benefits that come with being on house arrest, such as having a job, which allows an offender to be able to pay these expenses. Just think, ankle monitors can be seen as a privilege, since the current use of them now were not the original intentions of how it was used then. Ankle monitors were originally used as a form of positive reinforcement for juvenile offenders in order to encourage them to be punctual so they would attend school and work. The juveniles received incentives for following these guidelines. They received incentives such as free haircuts, pizza, and tickets to concerts as a reward for their good behavior. Ankle monitors have now progressed from not only juvenile offenders, but adult offenders as well. However, your next question may be, well, how would a monitor around my ankle help me? The intention of an ankle monitor is to help with the rehabilitation for an offender. By having the offender on house arrest, he or she is able to still continue with their life with some restrictions. For instance, they're still able to spend time with family in the home. They're able to work based on a certain time schedule, and they could possibly receive incentives for their good behavior. The objective for an ankle monitor is to make sure the offender is still taking responsibility for their actions and to make sure they are learning and receiving positive aspects from this experience in order to deter them from future crime. However, there are other alternatives than using an ankle monitor. Some offenders would prefer imprisonment, but what benefits are offenders gaining while in prison? While in prison, offenders are not given the option of minimum wage employment because they work for less than $1. For instance, offenders that have committed white-collar crimes prefer house arrest so they can pay off their financial obligations such as fines and restitution. While in prison, offenders will also not be able to maintain their family connections. However, offenders could choose community service, but with community service, offenders are required to work a certain number of hours within a specified time period. Since money is not obtained through community service, it would be difficult for an offender to make a living while doing so, which makes ankle monitors a better choice than the other alternatives. Ankle monitors are better because they also work on building and maintaining relationships between the families and the community. Support from the family and community are essential in making sure the offender will follow through with their house arrest and deter them from future crime. Offenders would also gain positive aspects because they are able to seek treatment if needed. According to research, community treatment is a lot more personal and helpful than institutional treatment because they will be receiving an appropriate form of intervention. However, most offenders tend to wonder, can ankle monitors be used for all offenders? Ankle monitors are usually used for offenders that are charged with felonies, but can be used for higher-ranked misdemeanors as well. With that being said, according to research, offenders in trouble for violent crimes, property crimes, drug crimes, and other crimes, such as white collar, are more than likely to have a better outcome from using ankle monitors. That is because these crimes have a likely chance of a lower rate of recidivism, since an ankle monitor could change their behavior. Ankle monitors can also be used for male and female offenders as well. Ankle monitors were originally designed for men, but women were eventually permitted to wear them. Female offenders are less likely to reoffend than males because they are less risky. Ankle monitors allow female offenders to stay at home and look after their children, since most males are not the main caretakers within families. However, some offenders just ask, why can't I just remove the ankle monitor? Research has shown that ankle monitors can be removed. However, why would an offender risk more consequences from the removal of the monitor when its purpose is to rehabilitate the offender? Offenders can receive imprisonment and additional years to their sentence. They are also obligated to pay a fee for the damaged equipment. Attempting to remove the ankle monitor defeats the purpose of the offender accepting their consequences for their crime. In other words, if you do the crime, you do the time, but with better benefits. We've come to the last section of our educational video, and you may still be wondering, are ankle monitors the best solution to your problems? The answer is maybe, because some offenders do not like having a set curfew when they have to be home. Some do not prefer to have restrictions on where they can and cannot go, and some do not like the idea of having a monitor attached to their ankle. However, an ankle monitor offers a variety of opportunities where an offender can grow from their mistakes and be able to learn certain skills that can assist in their transition from house arrest to a working citizen. So, I ask you this, what kind of person do you want to strive to be?